G'day and welcome to Tasmanian Bus Journeys. Hi, my name's Pete and I'm here in Hobart in Elizabeth Street at Franklin Square. And today, fantastic trip. I'm going to go all the way down to Sandy Bay. It's a metropolitan route and it's really special because it was the first public transport route in Hobart. It started in 1893 as a tram route. I remember it in the 1960s as a trolley bus route. Anyway, so it's going to be a lot of fun. We also might go further than that. In fact, the bus has just arrived. Right behind me, that's the 402, has just arrived. So I better go really quickly and get it.
For your orientation, we are in Australia. We're in the island state of Tasmania, just below the mainland. And today our journey starts from Hobart, just to the south of Hobart in mostly the metropolitan area. We leave from Hobart and we get off at Queenborough, go for a walk around, then to the Sandy Bay Historic Trolley Bus Terminus. Our next stop is once again the historic Shot Tower. Kingston Central is our second last stop and we finally get the bus to Kingston Beach. In 1893 the first tram went to Sandy Bay Beach. It was one of the first 3 tram routes in Hobart. In 1952, trams were replaced by trolley buses and they ran until 1968. Then they were replaced by petrol buses. Nowadays, we have Metro Tasmania operating diesel buses. And the trip between Hobart and our very first stop around the Queenborough area is about 5 minutes on Route 402. Here is a historic photo of trolley buses. This is where people used to get on the trolley buses, exactly the same area, in the 1960s. And off we go from that very same spot. We are driving around Franklin Square and you can see as we turn left a very interesting building in the background. It's the Hydroelectric Commission building. We see the Franklin Square in its full glory and the other departure points including stops. And then we go past the Treasury building, which we've seen in previous videos, before turning left into Murray Street. We whiz past one of the relatively rare parks in Hobart, St David's Park. Now this place used to be a cemetery and hence presented as one of its available green spaces in Hobart. We turn left down into Sandy Bay Road and we whiz past the Battery Point, the suburb of Battery Point, with fine old buildings, and you can just see coming up a little sign saying Save Our University Campus. They're trying to move it from Sandy Bay to the city. Here we finally get to the Sandy Bay Village area properly, a lovely shopping centre full of cafes and other variety of other stores and shops where you can relax and get all your good things. Here we're going past Magnet Court. On our way now, we're getting very close to the university and I'll be getting off there.
Thank you.
So I get off here at near the university sports ground, off the Route 402 service. We go for a little wander around firstly the university grounds and then we swing back and have a look at the Queenborough Sports Ground before going to the very historic trolley bus turning circle. I walk then down to have a look at more evidence of trolley buses. I then catch the bus and continue my journey. Here we are crossing the very busy Sandy Bay Road, 2 lanes each way. Got to be a bit careful here. But this is the start of the university campus, sports grounds. And as I dodge some more traffic, there's some great memories here. On the right, where is now car park, used to be a cricket field, and I used to play at that cricket field and used to have some lovely hits in the summer with my mates. And then on the left, the rugby union pitch there where friends played. Now, Cricket Tasmania, Premier League, University of Tasmania club rooms. Yes, the University of Tasmania club rooms, home of greats such as Tim Payne, who used to be Australian captain, and Ben Hilfenhaus, who used to be a fast bowler. Great venue to watch a lovely bit of cricket.
This is a rather lovely ground. You can see the campus up there now. The campus is moving supposedly into Hobart. So this will change in the future, but this ground is wonderful, and we hope that this ground will be retained. It's a lovely ground. They're putting a lot of effort into getting the wicket ready, because this is only towards the end of September, and we've got a couple more weeks before the season starts, which I'm looking forward to. Right, just the quickest of shots of another Tasmanian Premier League cricket ground. This is the Queenborough Oval. Everything's locked up once again in earnest preparation for the start of the season, but that's all I can show you today.
So this is the lower Queenborough Oval, where I've actually umpired some cricket games, but more interestingly we swing to have a look across the road, across Sandy Bay Road, and there's this flat area, a little bit underdeveloped. What's going on? Yes, it is actually the site of the old Queenborough trolleybus turning circle, more or less left untouched, few trees planted. Now you might be saying, what are these trolleybuses? Well, here is one at the Transport Museum in Glenorchy. You can see them, what they were like. I'm there proudly showing. I used to catch these buses in the 1960s, and that was my way of getting around Hobart. We used to live on a trolleybus route, and there you can see the driver's compartment. Also, you can see here a sort of an aerial view where it quite clearly shows the trolleybus poles, which used to be wires in the middle of the road, and the trolleybuses used to be underneath. So can't really see any concrete infrastructure, but that's where the turning circle was. Well, it's time now for me to walk up just a few paces to the Rest Point Casino up Sandy Bay Road. You can see the Rest Point Casino accommodation tower up the top, a great restaurant. In 1973, this was the first legal gambling casino in Australia, and it was a very, very big occasion when it opened. Just walking down from the casino, you can see the River Dernas, rather splendid outlook there. But I'm more interested in this little bit of road. Here on the right, you can see a contemporary road, but on the left you can see a concrete road constructed in the early 1950s, and that was required for trolleybuses. So it's evidence that there is a trolleybus route used to run on this very road. Our next service is the 1108 route 402. Transit time 5 minutes to the historic Sandy Bay trolleybus terminus. So here comes the bus. It's a beautiful place, but also it's so easy to travel by buses. Buses go every 10 to 15 minutes. They're constantly going past, roughly 6 an hour. Thank you. Well, here we are in Lower Sandy Bay. This is where the bus stops nowadays. And it goes then back into the city. So it's the 402 stopped here. Let's see what we can see. This is a nice bus shelter. It's a major stop. There's a bus shelter on either side of the road. There's another one over there, and we can see the bus waiting to return. It actually does a loop around Sandy Bay, waiting for the bus to do a loop. So what we can see, here we go, the end of the cement road there, and it continues where the trolley buses at this point made a left-hand turn down towards Sandy Bay Beach. Let's just follow that a little bit quicker perhaps. The buses came down, glided around there, and then they had to turn around in a big loop. And
they needed a bigger turning circle to turn around. And here is the approximate site that I remember so well as a youngster, with the trolley buses terminating here. And we used to have a big shelter here, and which included a toilet for the trolley bus drivers.
So here we go. This is going back to my childhood. You can see the beach behind this trolley bus. It's a slightly different angle here, where there's two trolley buses could wait at the same time. But finally we get the angle which shows the restroom.
You can see the old turning circle. And it's now been a public transport feature and asset has been turned basically into a car park. So I'll leave you to conclude whether that is a good thing or a bad thing. But no more buses, just cars. But this really is a lovely venue indeed. Heavenly. Walk around, and it's had good times and bad times. It's looking a lot nicer now than it did a couple of decades back. Some rather wondrous trees here near the beach, which look nice and healthy. There's been times when they've been burnt and not looking healthy at all. Now I can see the bus, I might just get it. It's the 429 service.
So you'll have to wait until part 2 to see whether I actually make that Route 429 service. But in the meantime, a summary about services on Sandy Bay Road and down to Sandy Bay. Routes 401, 402 are the key routes. They go every 15 minutes and they leave from stop D3. There are additional routes going through to Kingston and Taroona which travel via Sandy Bay Road. You can catch them as well. Those services depart from stop D1, just around the corner from stop D3. Weekday frequency excellent, 10 to 15 minutes. Weekends, night times, 15 to 30 minutes. No problems at all. The fare there, $4.80 on the green card for full adult, $3.10 for concessions. Get your green card from Metro Tasmania. You can pay cash as well if you want, $7.20, $4.80. If you enjoyed this, please do subscribe and like. Thank you so much for watching it and providing comments. Keep them coming. All the best. Bye.